The next topic we're going to discuss on the Boxing Bros, and we had to get to it quick because G and TBE were about to get into it over this topic already. All right, is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua will flip a coin to be the main event. So at one point, I saw an interview with Anthony Joshua where they asked him, was he the main event or the co-main? He really didn't know, and he said, let's just say the co-main for now. I don't know. And they asked Deontay Wilder in this video, specifically Ellie Setback. And Deontay Wilder kind of gave the same answer, like he doesn't know, but he made the case on why he feels like he should be the main event. Now, I just want to take a second to say there's a lot of people have opinions on Ellie Setback. I don't always agree with Ellie Setback's views and whatever, but the one thing I really appreciate about Ellie Setback is he allows everyone to use his material that he records because he understands the business and he understands that he has the access and everything. So I respect that about Ellie Setback. So if you get the chance, subscribe to Ellie Setback. Here he is interviewing Deontay Wilder, and this is Deontay Wilder speaking about the
great opportunity. Everybody tune in. Him and Joseph Parker, Monkey TV. It's a great fight.
Oh man,
of course,
champions.
Joshua and Otto Wallen, another great fight.
Yeah,
and
that's why I think me and Parker should be main event too, because we're also, two former champions. You know what I mean? So, why wouldn't you have two former champions as the main event? I was, I know we were talking about it earlier and I didn't get to finish. And that's another reason I think we should be main event as well. But we'll see what happens.
You told me you're gonna flip a coin. You know which coin you're gonna flip?
I requested the flip of the coin, maybe at the presser or something like that. I think that'll be good promotion.
Of course, it's gonna go viral.
You know what I mean? And but if they have their order or whatever it is they want to do, I'm fine with that. But I think I should spice it up a little bit because this is not a Joshua show. This is not my show. This is all of our shows. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is that I want the best for all of us. I want things to happen where the excitement is going to be, and we know that between Joshua, Otto Wilder, and me and Parker, which one would think is the most exciting? Which one? Who would think it would be the most exciting? You know what I mean? And I feel the most exciting fight should be the main event. It's just in my place because at the end of the day, when people come to see fights, they want to see knockout, but they want to see excitement. And being that women lie, men lie, but my numbers don't lie, I have a more chance of knocking my opponent out than Joshua do and bringing the excitement. And the last thing that people want to see and go home to, what's the greatest thing to see and go home to? A dramatic knockout, and then you leave. You talk about it forever.
Your last fight was 40 seconds, and people loved it. Man. Not one complaint. 20,000 people, they 40 seconds.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know they're going to go party and do whatever else they want to do.
No, it elevated.
And have that memory in their head. Damn, did you see that knockout? His eyes, it described this, and that's what you want to leave people with, that memory of that last thing that they saw or the event that they went to and all the way around. Because if they see that, then they can have a shitty experience from the first fight on up to the co-main event, and that to the on up to the co-main event, and that main event could be everything for them, and that'll make their whole fucking night. Like, man, I'm glad I came before this, and it was good.
So yeah, that's what Deontay Wilder had to say. I'll just state we were in attendance when Deontay Wilder knocked out Robert Helenius, and however long that fight lasted, and we were not disappointed at all. So they are right about that. All right, Ned the TV. Maybe Ned was upset because I think Ned was the only one rooting for Helenius. But
I'm just saying, we know who the A side is. We know who the A side is. We know who's drawn all the audience to the seats in this fight. So
how you figure?
Yo, G.
I'm just curious.
G, who's the A side in this fight?
Do you know that you said in this fight?
Who's the A side? Answer the question.
The question doesn't even make sense. They're not fighting each other.
Who is the A side? G, answer the question. Who is the A side?
I'm gonna be honest. Listen, You just continue with your segment, and I'll talk after you. Go ahead.
We all know the A side is AJ.
Gee, who's the A side?
AJ at one point, AJ was the highest paid fighter in boxing. Now, to sit here and say Deontay want to be the main star or whatever, the main event is crazy. You don't. There's no coin to flip. This is just AJ being Mr. Nice Guy. Because why you gonna let Deontay steal your moment? You know who you are. You know what you bring to the table. If you wasn't in this event, this would not be as star-studded as it was. And I like to take credit because I did say, let's create Boxing Mania on Boxing Day, and it's near Boxing Day.
First of all, you didn't create that. I created it. You just named it Boxing Mania.
You got it. You
go.
I give it to you. yeah, me and Kaden, we was.
There we go. At least the Boxing Bros. We the Boxing Bros.
Means everybody. But this fight would not be as popular as it is if AJ wasn't involved and Deontay wasn't involved. But AJ is the main star, and you know who the co-star is. G. But there, y'all want to flip a coin? That's Mr. Nice Guy. Be Mr. Nice Guy, but don't let him steal your shine, yo. You know what you bring to the table. You know who they're paying for, and we all know who's getting what, who's getting paid what for this fight. G, fix your face. You know it's the truth, the honest truth, and that's that.
All right, G.
I'm just gonna answer the question. Now you're a different breed, bro. In regards to the flip a coin thing, I mean that's cool, but I'm actually against that. I do think that Wilder and Parker should be the main event, right? For the reasons that Wilder listed, right? They're both two former champions, right? And let's just be real. Wilder's, I know you're hating, but Wilder's knockouts are exciting, you know? So, like, and on top of that, when we watched the press conference, literally, even when we watched the Zone one that the Zone released, because I was like, hold on, Wilder's coming out last, right? And we were like, well, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. And then when they asked AJ, is he the main event or the co-main, AJ was like, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. But then the commentators, the DAZN commentators confirmed that AJ was the co-main, the AJ Ottawa Lean fight. And they were like, oh, this is a first for AJ because he's always been the A side, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't really see that as an issue, right? Because again, AJ's facing a guy, Ottawa Lean, who's fairly unknown, who has never been a champion, you know. So if anything, like if you're just looking at it like from face value, the stake isn't as high with that AJ fight as it is with Deontay Wilder and Joseph Parker. Even though I do believe Ottawa Lean is more of a threat than Joseph Parker is for their opponents, you know. And so that's the reason why I think Wilder should be the main event. But I'm not mad if they have Wilder as a co-main. Who really cares, man? Like, I'm gonna watch both fights. You know what I mean? The card overall is amazing, you know. So I don't even think it matters, you know. And salute to AJ and salute to Wilder. I think both gentlemen are like, it's whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure if they ask AJ if he should be the main event, you know, he's gonna say, of course I should be the main event. He's probably going to use the arguments that Ned was trying to use, you know, and it's just like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but my only issue is the fact that looking at their opponents, Joseph Parker, and not saying Joseph Parker is like a household name, but more people know Joseph Parker than the boxing world knows Ottawa Lean. That's the reason why I think Wilder should have the main event, because they're both former champions and Joseph Parker is more known than Ottawa Lean.
All right, so I mean, I hear both sides, and there's pros and cons to both sides almost. Because I've been hearing AJ's actually the main event. It's been reported by a few sources that AJ's the main event. That's why I feel like there's confusion. And to hear Wilder saying that he suggested they flip a coin and he's okay with whatever order they put, and to hear AJ not really know, I think everyone's speculating. I don't think Wilder or AJ know who's the main event right now. And I think that's kind of what they're trying to figure out. Even when you look at the poster, they try to like split it side by side, and I think they're trying to figure it out. I know AJ's fought in Saudi Arabia twice, Usyk, and he has 2 L's in Saudi Arabia, and Deontay Wilder will be making his debut in Saudi Arabia. So I know that there's probably some excitement and some buzz around that because this will be Wilder's first performance in Saudi Arabia. Here's my take on things. Wilder versus Joseph Parker has the potential, to me, to be the most exciting fight on the card based on the way Deontay Wilder knocks out his opponents. So if you get the spectacular one-punch Deontay Wilder knockout, what better way to announce the next upcoming fight if it's going to be AJ than to have AJ and Wilder face-to-face after a devastating knockout from Deontay Wilder of Joseph Parker, right? To me, if you want to talk about upside and potential based on what we know about the fighters, if Wilder does what Wilder does, it's potentially the most exciting outcome in the way you would want to end the card of that magnitude, right? However, there is a downside. And the downside is Joseph Parker can be very boring and survive if he wants to, which we've seen with AJ. He can be unwilling to exchange, and so he could stink the joint up too. So again, we don't really know, but I'm saying best case scenario, like take AJ's best performance and take Wilder's best performance. Hell, let's say take Wilder's best performances, right? Take Wilder knocking out Brazil, Wilder knocking out Helenius, right? Take Wilder's best knockouts. Yo, that's the way you want to end the card, right? Like that's a stamp on the card where it's like, yo, we've arrived. Even AJ's best knockouts, although very exciting and very good, never been like that, right? So I get it. The highest of highs would be Deontay Wilder closing the show the way Deontay Wilder does, but there's no guarantee for that. The argument for AJ versus Wallin is it's just a better fight. It's just a more competitive fight. It's an even fight where, you know, I'm not saying even in terms of skill set and everything. I believe AJ should win that fight. I think most people believe AJ should win that fight. But the reality is Wallin has shown himself to have more in the tank than Joseph Parker. Wallin is also ranked, so there's more meaning on this fight where it's like, okay, if AJ wins this fight, AJ's now in line to fight Flip for mandatory status to now face the winner of Fury Usyk if they keep the belts, and if they vacate, then AJ gets the chance to fight for that belt. Or the way they're doing it now in the world of sport, get it emailed to him if he beats Flip Herkovich, right? So so the fight has more meaning, right? Wilder versus Joseph Parker, they are two former champions, but yeah, that was a long time ago, long time ago, right? Tyson Fury has had the WBC belt for a while now. He's defended it against Dillian White, Derek Chisora. He's even had the belt when he fought Francis Ngannou. And Wilder, since that time, has only fought one guy, Robert Helenius, and we haven't seen Wilder in the ring since. So, yeah, he's a former champion, but that was a long time ago. Joseph Parker was a champion even longer time ago. And since then, we've seen Joseph Parker laid Spark out on his back, and we've seen Wilder knock Spark out. So, I don't know whether that helps or hurts the main event, right? Because the fact that they both been sparked out helps, like, hey, maybe that fighter ended knockout. Again, that's up to Joseph Parker. But my point is, yeah, they're former champions, but really they haven't been champions for a long time. So when I think about this, though, I'm going to be honest with you. AJ's mental state is an issue for me. when Otto Wallin says that he's not as confident as he used to be and everything, I think most of us see it that way. If you're telling me AJ's back and he's back to being that dude, I'd be okay with him being the main event. But to me, the worst thing that can happen for AJ is for Deontay Wilder to go co-main and spark Joseph Parker out inside 3 rounds. And that AJ, you're up. Remember what happened with Andy Ruiz after Wilder did what he did at Dominique Brazil? AJ was like, he said it like, yo, I saw what Wilder did at Brazil and I was trying to make a statement and he got clipped with the punch from the gods. Right? So I'm just saying. So now Wilder goes out there and he sparks out Joseph Parker inside 3 rounds. And then they knock on the dressing room and they say, AJ, close the show. Is that the pressure you want on AJ? Is that the pressure AJ wants on himself? See, call me crazy, but at least I feel like Wilder has got to the point where he doesn't give a damn what people say about him. Maybe it's the fact that he got knocked out by Tyson Fury. He saw the world change around him. He saw people used to be friends turn on him. And he said, you know what? I'm the fighter. I'm the one. I do this for my family. I don't care what people say. Oh, you giving me the bag. Let's get it on. I live with the results. For me, when I watch Wilder in these press conferences now, I feel like I'm watching a man who's at peace with himself, who understands like, yo, win, lose, or draw, if I fight AJ, I get the bag. So I win. Either way, I win. Me versus AJ is a dub, even if I lose. Me versus Fury was a dub. I lost, but I made so much money that I could take care of my family for years to come. I think that's what he's starting to see. So for me, again, I don't know how they're going to do the order. They can flip the coin. They can do whatever. But if you think of the highest way that you could end the card, I think it is Wilder sparking out Joseph Parker with one of the typical highlight reel Wilder knockouts. But if AJ's going to pull rank and AJ's the bigger fighter. Yeah, AJ has accomplished more. Yeah, AJ's been the go-to. Yeah, all that. But it's also now you got to be prepared to go in there after Wilder potentially has the crowd. And I've been in the one thing I can say that not many people watching this has G's my witness, Ned's my witness. Y'all tell me when I'm lying. Wilder knocked Robert Helenius out. And it was a party in the arena for like 5 minutes straight. Like it was like the whole arena was dancing, celebrating. It was just like a party, bro. It's like the atmosphere was insane. Am I lying, Ned?
You're on mute, Ned.
It was crazy. It was insane.
You can admit that, right? Yeah. Gee, am I lying?
Now you speaking gospel right now. I'm just shocked that Ned was actually honest enough to be like,
bro, I'm just trying to tell you. Now imagine, based on what I know from being there, Wilder hypes the crowd up like that. Bro, it's hard to follow that, yo.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'm just telling you, it's hard to follow that. And it don't mean that I think Wilder could beat AJ. It's about the opponent he's fighting. He's fighting Joseph. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm just telling you, I'm being real. I would hate to be the main event and have to follow what he did to Helenius, bro. The crowd was, and we saw another brilliant knockout. We saw Caleb Plant knock out Anthony Durrell moments before that. And it still didn't have the energy. It had energy, though. Trust me. The crowd was like, because Caleb was on the verge of getting booed, and then it was like, oh. But when Wilder did what he did, because you got to understand, Caleb did what he did. But when Wilder hit Helenius, you heard it echo through the entire building.
Blast, yo.
Yeah, like you heard it, bro. It was like, yo, I'm telling you, if you know my history, dog, you know I keep it $150, especially on Wilder. Yo, I'm telling you, that's why when people were like, it was fixed and all, that punch landed. It wasn't fixed. That was, bro, I was there. It sounded like a train. It was just like, and he was out, and you just
No,
saw
he was out. He was on the floor for like
Yeah.
5 to 10
Yeah.
minutes, bro.
They showed him
Not
on the screen.
moving.
You could see him. He was like,
Yeah, not moving. I was
he
like,
couldn't even blink, bro.
yeah.
He couldn't even blink.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yo, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up.
He on the jumbotron like this, dog.
I'm just trying to tell you, I would hate to have to follow that. So, anyways, do with that information what you will. Who do I think should be the main event? I think it doesn't really matter. I think as long as both of these guys go out there and do what they do, the stock in this fight should go up. The value of this fight should go up. But if you're talking about the most exciting outcome, I have to be honest. Wilder sparking out people the way he does is the most exciting thing I've seen, and I've been there live. So I'm just keeping it a book. I've never been to a Joshua fight, but Klitschko Joshua was probably the only fight that I feel like I could have been at and would have been like, yo, this is crazy. Like that would match with Deontay Wilder's fight. And it was a one-sided mismatch, but that's just Wilder's gift. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Let us know who you think should be the main event. Or if you think flipping a coin is the right thing to do. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. If you watched our videos in the past and you haven't liked one single video, but you've been coming back, why not like this one? We are the Boxing Bros.